Hi there, and welcome to another review of ANR Tech Review. Today we're going to talk about the Xbox One S and what it's been like for the past few days that I've had this. It's been out as of tomorrow, about a week. It was available last Tuesday, however, I did not get it for a while. So I've had it here for a couple days. And I just wanted to let you know my thoughts, how it's been. Oddly enough, there are quite a few things that I actually really like about this, and Microsoft did extremely well. So let's go ahead and get down to business, and we'll go from there. So, first thing is there is a software update that is required. However, like I had mentioned in my last video, it was not as big as the gentleman that posted a video from Russia, or that particular area had said it was like a 4.5 gig file. No. August 1st, Microsoft released their August update for the Xbox One, and it was slightly over a gig, so it really was not that big. However, my big thought is that gentleman did not have a 4K TV, because as soon as I plugged mine in, it read 4K. It took me a while to get the update done, but that's all going to vary depending on the speed of your internet. Now, the other thing I noticed, I had a 1 terabyte external hard drive hooked up to my original Xbox One, which I now have upstairs in the master bedroom. So I copied over almost a full entire terabyte of games and data that I had downloaded over the past couple years that I have had the Xbox One. The one awesome thing I noticed about this particular unit was that it did not physically nowhere near the amount get hot like it does. I've also watched a movie on it, and I've actually played a few games, Halo 5, Dragon Age, just a couple games to test it out. It does not heat up, and it is so much quieter in my opinion. The heat, though, that is the biggest thing. That was one of the biggest drawbacks, in my opinion, was that thing was hot. It would get hot when you watched a movie. It would get hot when you played a game. It would get hot when it just ran. On top of that, like I had mentioned before, there is no more power brick. It is all internally. That is another big thing, because that thing had its own fan, and it ran all the time as well, too. So, all in all, my experience was this one. This is what the Xbox should have originally been. Microsoft has done a flawless job. Now, the one thing you do notice, only because my space is limited, I did pull out the kickstand on this, just so I could have it standing up here so you guys can see it while I'm going over it. Like I mentioned in my last video, the kickstand's nice if you want to save space, but I really do not recommend using it. There's too many problems, in my opinion, that can lead to a gaming console with a disc spinning and the laser reading this way. They can just burn images. As you see, this, it doesn't take much, and this thing shakes. And it's going to scratch your discs up. So please do not use this unless you absolutely have to. Now, let's get into the 4K. That is the big reason why I bought this, and the big reason why I think anybody who has a 4K TV should get this. Because if you don't have an Xbox One, this is a 4K Blu-ray player. Come on, guys. Common sense. This 2 terabyte unit was $400. Samsung's got a 4K Blu-ray player for almost $400. It's not going to do half the amount of stuff that this can do. Sure, you're going to get 4K Blu-rays. Sure, you're going to get 4K streaming through Netflix and Amazon and YouTube and all that stuff. Sure, you're going to get a few simple games that they advertise on their marketplace, like Solitaire and Hangman and those, but this is a gaming console. With that said, if you ever decide that you want to physically get into playing video games, you now have a gaming console. This just all around is a better Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray player in general. Built-in Wi-Fi, can hook up to an Ethernet if you want to. It supports Dolby Digital 5.1 surround sound. It also supports HDR. Now, that is an interesting topic in itself. If you are going to go out and buy a 4K Blu-ray player and make it the Xbox One, there's a few things that you need to know. Those things that you need to know when researching and buying and using this, just because using this is the greatest thing in the world. It is a really great unit. But you got to have the TV to support it. In my opinion, there is no reason to get this unless you are getting a 4K TV or you have a 4K TV. Do not go out and buy this because you want the upgraded Xbox. This is not an upgrade. This is a redesign. Sure, they added a few extra features into it, the 4K, the HDR. However, for a normal person that does not have a 4K TV, this is not going to be an upgrade. Unless you want the smaller form factor and you want the kickstand and you want the look of it. I mean, sure, go ahead, do it. My opinion, wait for the Xbox Scorpio to come out. That's coming out 2017. Holiday season would be my guess, unless Microsoft pushes it back. But that's the target plan right now, is to come out in 2017. So with that said, 4K TVs. Right now, Samsung supports HDR10, Sony supports HDR10. The high-end, I did a little more research, and the high-end OLED LG TVs support HDR10 and support Dolby Vision. So there are two types of HDR. Dolby Vision being one, certain companies use that, and HDR10. Microsoft supports HDR10. Do I hope the Xbox Scorpio is going to support both? I really do, because it is going to be not a good thing if they only support HDR10 and the TVs that people buy do not support HDR10. So with that said, choose wisely. Think about what you're going to get. If you do choose to get this, the design, the shape, the power brick being inside the unit now, the way it functions, it doesn't run as hot. I give this a 10 out of 10. I think Microsoft did everything right with this system, with everything that was wrong with the original. The fact that it looked like a VCR out of the 1980s, if some of you guys are old enough to even remember what those suckers were. I mean, it was just bad. The system itself, I liked. I'm a big Xbox fan. I like Xbox. I think it is better than the PlayStation. However, I have a PlayStation 4 as well, so don't be hating when it comes to PlayStation versus Xbox. I like them both. I just think Microsoft did a fantastic job. You got to give credit where credit's due. They listened, they did, and here we have. Especially with the Scorpio. The Scorpio running 6 teraflops. Everything is just going to be better. Hopefully, everything will work out. We'll see it next Christmas. This is my second video, guys, with A&R Tech Review. The name is going to be changing. I just got to get the update done. It's actually going to be A&L Tech Review. But please remember, watch the video, leave me comments, give me some ideas on what you would like to see me review and go over. My channel's just starting, and please remember to give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Thank you, guys.